Well, here we are, everybody. I actually completely changed my plan for this Friday, for this video. And this is all going a little bit more off the cuff, so I apologize in advance for any, maybe perhaps, misinformation just out of lack of knowing, I guess. But it brought up a bit of an interesting point for me. So, if you don't know, this is Hearts2Hearts' new song called Rude. We have had Hearts2Hearts on the channel before, and I thought to myself, they were pretty good. Like, sure. And then all of a sudden, I start having all these videos come across multiple feeds talking about this song. And I was curious as to why. And doing a little bit of deep digging, not really deep, but some digging, Hearts2Hearts beat out BLACKPINK in a show. They got a show win over BLACKPINK. Now, you have to understand, from my perspective, this is one thing that it's not like I hate it or like it bothers me, but like there is a time once in a while where I feel like because it's just a big popular group, they just always win. Hence, like with like BTS or like 17 or BLACKPINK or aespa, like it's just like you put out a song, they get like 100 wins. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't even matter if the song was good. I'm not saying that it's not, but that's just generally how it goes. Fandoms generally vote very, very strongly. So, was my complete and utter shock to see a fairly new group come out and dethrone BLACKPINK. Like, oh my. So I was curious to see and hear what the song was that knocked out, the kind of like proverbial queens of K-pop that just never really have I ever heard lose, So, anyway, my name is Aaron, and I help you to try to love the music that you already like, and this is Rude.
Let's go. Yeah, walk right in. 스치는 순간 모두가 my friend. 여기저기서 인사를 건네. Yeah. 다 자연스럽게 알아 give me space. 언제나 그래 눈에 띈 my face. 흘겨보지 마 이건 no race.
Okay.
소리 질러볼까 네 시간은 so tight 어른이 없는 세상 오늘은 찾자 That's my type 자 눈 맞춰볼까
That was cool.
잠깐 We're living that good life 꿈이 맘쓸수록 빠져 자연스럽게 망설임은 never 이끌린 대로 해 나다울 때 누구보다 눈부셔 난 I've been acting too
Okay. Yeah.
숨김없는 표정도 솔직한 그대로 feel so cool 여기저기 다 부러운 눈빛 Don't call me darling I'm too rude You know what he said to me? He was like, you're so rude
It all makes sense. Okay. Kitty. Okay. I completely understand now. I understand why this is going so big. I mean, 55 million viewers. Holy cow. That's insane. That's like a dream. But I'm going to be open and I'm going to be very honest. So if this stings a little bit, I'm kind of sorry. Not really, but I'm kind of sorry. If I'm being real here, this to me sounds a lot like the music that was recommended to me when I first started the channel, especially like with girl groups. Like this sounds like older school stuff like SNSD, or maybe even like older Twice a little bit, you know, just like that old school K-pop. And honestly, I feel like when I got around into getting into K-pop, this shifted really quick after I got into it. So probably like 4th gen, maybe even like quarter to halfway through 4th gen. I would say the big change was when aespa dropped Supernova. That, to me, I feel like changed the trajectory of what girl group music sounded like. And I think when that happened, a lot of groups just kind of like looked at this kind of music and like, no, we can't do this anymore. This is kind of like, you know, done. It's kind of like what grunge did to glam metal overnight. Like grunge comes out and poof, glam metal's dead. And that's kind of what it felt like when that album hit, because it felt like all the girl groups started kind of doing this more futuristic, hard-hitting, grittier version. And truth be told, there's always a place for just this old school, weird K-pop music. I think a lot of people have been pining for those days of that weird old K-pop music. And for me personally, I say that I heard this quote from somewhere, and I think it's one of the most true to form, and that is that nostalgia is one hell of a drug. And it's always going to have a place. People are always going to look for this kind of music. So I think that this kind of makes sense that this is kind of wrapping back around to being what's trending now, you know? I don't know. I feel like this is kind of like the reverse of, you know, Supernova. Like I hear this drop and I'm like, oh boy, we're going to be getting a whole new wave of new nostalgic sounding K-pop music. That's exactly what I thought. That was clean though. Like it's simple, it's clean, but it's still a little weird. And I think that it strikes that balance just right. It reminds me a lot of that older, you know, girl group music. And it just works, you know? It's, you know, very clean. But then you got like this tube bass that seems to be working out pretty good. And then you got like the weird electric piano playing, just kind of like random things that, you know, and it just, I understand it. I think, like I said, that nostalgia is a powerful weapon, and this is the proof of that. So I get it. I think it's pretty good. We've had Hearts2Hearts on here before, and yeah, they were fine. But like this is like, I get it. I see what the plan is. I see the idea. So anyway, let me know what y'all think about this, and we'll discuss this down in the comments below. Thank you, and goodbye.